Hello, I'm Will Sampson from FDMC Magazine. We're in the shop today to talk about some safety aids and jigs from MicroJig. Some of you may remember a few months ago we reviewed this great push block from MicroJig. It's called the Grr-ripper, G-R-R Ripper, and it's really excellent. You know, check out the video on that. We're going to use it for something else today as well. But first I want to talk about a new push block that they have that is called the Grr-rip Block. Now this is designed to replace, common push blocks like this. These all get torn up. They don't necessarily have a lot of good traction on them, and they don't have a lip on the back to grab something really good. This has these 4 little automatic gravity fed bits, so if you put it on the middle of the board, all of those tabs stay up and it's just the rubber block on the bottom. But if you put it on the end, you can see those fall and they push it, or on this way pushes it. So it's really simple and automatic and works no matter where you have it on the board. Great for on jointers or something like that. But I also today want to talk about cutting tapers on the table saw. Now, I started cutting tapers using a shop-made jig like this. It's pretty simple. It's got a part here that controls how much the angle is, and then it's got a little tab down here with a pin to hold the workpiece on. But that little tab is not real lot of purchase, and when you're putting it through the table saw, that's not real safe, and you got to hold up here with your hand close to the blade. Not real good. And if you're trying to do matching opposing tapers, then you're going to have a situation where you can't reliably calculate the angle because there's no gauge or anything on here. MicroJig has solved those problems with this taper jig that they call the MicroDial taper jig. It takes its name, has these 2 dial settings that are detent dots that will allow you to either adjust the taper in degrees or by rise and run. I generally prefer the degrees. There's also stops here for if you're doing repeated work that allow you to set the outside and inside so that you can repeat the settings really easily. These pin detents work great. You just lift this up, loosen this, move it back and forth, find the right hole, tighten it down, and you're good to go. Now, one of the great things about this, for holding the workpiece, it just has this little tab here, which is not any better than the old shop-built jig, but it's designed to work with the MicroJig gripper push block. And so you can just mount that right in here and screw that down. And then when you're cutting a taper, you have your board in there and you can adjust this so it holds it flat, has the outrigger to do it, and make sure that your clearance is clear on here. And then you've got this extra purchase. Works really good. I'll show you. Okay, so we've cut that first taper. Now if we want to cut an identical opposing taper, I just change the setting. I had it on 2 degrees and I'm just going to move it to 4, lock it down, then I flip my board over, and make sure that where I'm cutting in is right. There we go. And then we fire it up. That's really good. And so there we have our tapered board. So this will work for doing two-sided taper like that. It'll work for two adjoining tapers. It'll work for four tapers. You can set your blade at 45 degrees and do 8 tapers. So it's very versatile. And I like having this extra safety consideration here to hold the tapers. It's a great little jig. Again, it's the MicroDial taper jig from MicroJig. I believe they're selling them through a lot of the major home centers, and you can look it up online as well. Great little jig to take a try on, and definitely worth looking at. It's what we've got for today. You can see a lot more tool reviews and videos at our website, www.fdmcdigital.com. Thanks for watching.